What is up everyone, my name is SANYXS and welcome back to another news video. Yes, I'm sorry, it's another news video. I promise I'll get back to the playthrough and survival of the fittest and stuff eventually, but there have just been so many news to the game recently that I just feel like I have to, update you guys on it. So all credit goes to GPXGP for finding this. I just saw this on his Twitter and thought I could make a video on it as well. But yeah, we've gotten a Steam page for ARK Bob's Tall Tales, and as you can see right here, it looks like it's going to be a DLC. It's not going to be what a lot of people thought it was going to be, which is a paid mod, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be a DLC. I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to work, because obviously it looks like it's going to be like on different maps, because this is apparently like Extinction, this is Scorched Earth, and this is Aberration. So I wonder how a DLC is going to work like that. I guess we'll probably see it when we read further down here. Because I'm kind of interested to see, like, are these things only going to be on Extinction? Are these things only going to be on Scorched Earth? And are these things only going to be on Aberration? Or are all these things going to be a part of the new DLC that you can use on every single map? I'm very interested to see, but yeah, let's get reading. So first of all, as you can see here, release date coming soon. They don't have a release date yet, but I would assume it's coming out around the same time as Scorched Earth, because we're getting the Oasisaur and everything, maybe a little bit later. About this content, gather round the campfire, survivors. Everyone who's played has a story about the first Bob they encountered on an ARK. Now, the legendary ARK veteran Bob, voiced by Carl Urban, is ready to share his incredibly true adventures with you for the first time. Nothing can prepare you for the wonder and two-fisted action of Bob's Tall Tales. Piece together Bob's larger-than-life ARK saga by recovering his animated Explorer notes. You'll feel like you were right there with Bob from the beginning as he describes his pivotal role in ARK's history to young Mika, voiced by Auli Cravallo. Experience the thrilling wonder and awesome spectacle of Bob's incredibly true adventures across the island, Scorched Earth, Aberration, and Extinction. So I think we already read this in the last community crunch, but I think everything under here we haven't read yet. Master Tamer, encounter and mount up fantastic and helpful new creatures like the monolithic Oasisaur on Scorched Earth, with more to come in Aberration and Extinction. So yeah, it looks like we're going to get new creatures on Aberration and Extinction, other than the ones we were already getting because of the creature votes, which I think is sick, that we're actually getting even more new creatures with this pack here. So yeah, that's very cool, I like that. I'm all for new dinos. New dinos is always cool. Frontier Showdown, available at launch. Saddle up and stake your claim on the Scorched Earth. Build new Western-style structures like your own Rootin' Tootin' Saloon, then tickle the ivories on your own piano for an authentic frontier experience. Hunt for buried treasure with your trusty shovel, tame hardy new creatures to pull your wagon, and even hop aboard a chugging steam train to explore these harsh badlands. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So we're getting wagons that you can pull with dinosaurs. That's absolutely insane. I love that. And then Western style structures sounds very cool. Hunt for buried treasure with your trusty shovel. I wonder how that's going to work. Like, you could dig for treasures with a shovel? What? That's so cool. I love that. That's amazing. And obviously the steam train as well. We've already seen this before, and it's in the banner right here. I think this is gonna be sick. And also, I forgot to mention the piano. What? Piano? Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm gonna play the piano all day. Oh man. Okay, so let's get over to Aberration. Steampunk Ascent Q4 2024, so the last quarter of 2024. Climb above the subterranean depths of Aberration in your mighty airship. Gear up with retro futuristic gadgets and unravel the mysteries of this enigmatic and lethal underworld. This is where I have like some mixed opinions here, because the airship is sick. We can't lie. Like, the airship is really cool. I love the airship. But Aberration, I don't know, because like the whole thing on Aberration is there are no flyers. So I hope that the airship is at least going to be like super expensive, or maybe even like tech, like you have to fight the bosses first. I don't know, but I don't really like it. I don't really like that they're kind of adding a flyer to the no flyer map, but obviously they might find some way to balance it. Like, it might be extremely expensive to like use the airship or something, but yeah, we're gonna just have to wait and see. So Wasteland War Q1 2025, so the first quarter next year. Fuel up your war rigs and fight to rule the desolate wastes of extinction. Prepare for high-octane action as you clash with rival tribes and scavenge for survival in this post-apocalyptic wasteland. So they're not really saying anything here, but obviously we can see right here that it looks like it's going to be like some sort of Mad Max car. And some like, yeah, basically just Mad Max inspired gear and like armored saddles. That's kind of what we can see right there, so I'm very excited to see that. That's something I feel like is very fitting. Like a Mad Max type car to drive around in the wastelands on Extinction is going to be absolutely sick, so I'm very excited about that. So yeah, that's all we know so far. I'm very interested to see how all this is going to work. Like, are you going to have to buy it every single time for the new DLC? Is this DLC going to work on all the different maps? Or yeah, I'm very interested to see how this is going to work. How I would guess this is going to work is that if you're using this DLC and playing on, say, Scorched Earth, then you're probably only going to be able to make the Scorched Earth stuff and not the stuff from Aberration and Extinction in this pack. Like, all of the items are going to be, like, map-specific, I guess, if that makes any sense. Because, yeah, that's kind of what it looks like it's going to be here. So, yeah, that's very new. It's very different, but it's very interesting, and I'm very excited to see how this is going to work. So, yeah, obviously now we know that Aberration is probably going to drop with the adventure pack for Aberration in Q4 2024 and Extinction Q1 2025. This is Raz Clark's updated roadmap that he posted on Twitter. So again, all credit goes to him, but yeah, he made some updates to the roadmap here. We still got Survival of the Fittest in December, and ARK Survival Ascended, obviously, ARK the Animated Series. But yeah, obviously, Scorched Earth was changed from March to April, or I think they actually said maybe late March, but it's probably going to come out April. Center, they don't know, they didn't tell us. Aberration actually had a huge jump from July to Q4, so that's a pretty big jump right there. And then Ragnarok, we don't know. Extinction went from October this year to Q1 next year. So yeah, there are a lot of stuff we still don't know the release dates of. But yeah, what we do know is that Extinction has changed from October this year to Q1 next year, and Aberration has changed from July to Q4 this year. So we have some more delays here, surprise, surprise, but that's just how ARK is. We've gotten used to it by now. I already know a lot of people are probably going to complain that this is pay to win, but that's where I kind of disagree, because if you think about ARK Survival Evolved, wasn't technically all of the DLCs already pay to win? Like, it's not very different from what we had in ARK Survival Evolved. It's a paid DLC where you get new stuff, and I don't think this is going to be on official. It might be, I don't know. But I have a feeling it's not going to be, but I might be completely wrong about that. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is pay to win, because we had literally the exact same thing in ARK Survival Evolved. Say that if you bought Scorched Earth, you could get wyverns and rock golems, and no one else could get them if they didn't have the DLC. That's kind of how it always was. So I feel like it's not really a big change or like wildcard being greedy. I feel like that's just a weird take, because ARK has always been like this with all the DLCs. It was always like this. So yeah, I disagree there personally. But yeah, I would be very interested to hear all your opinions in the comments. And yeah, that's been it for this video. But yeah, shout out to Raz Clark and GPXGP. I definitely got some of the resources I used in this video from them. I probably wouldn't even have noticed this DLC if it wasn't for GPXGP. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and have a great day.